Donnie and Dhali. The team is supported by ableauctions.ca. Closing your business? We can help.
2-1 Predators over the Canucks. Game 6 Friday. They get a 2-day break, Rick.
Yep.
Friday in Nashville. This segment 2, brought to you by Eldesta Hotels. Eldesta Hotels and Resorts, providing unique and unforgettable experiences in some of the world's most spectacular destinations. For more information, visit eldestahotels.com. Delaney's OK Tire and Langley inbox. I'm not going to read one text here because there are about 400 of them complaining about the officiating.
Yes, tonight. Yep.
On Griffiths Way. Let's see what John Garrett thinks about that. Again, 2-1 Predators over the Canucks as we bring in Cheech. Donnie and Dhali, playoff post game. How are you, sir?
Well, I thought the refereeing wasn't great, but it was consistent on both sides. Right. And that's in the playoffs. That's what you want. The Dakota Joshua penalty, I think that goes back to game 1 when Stastny got hurt and the 5-minute penalty turned into a 2-minute penalty. And so he's kind of got a target on him for this series. And the hit tonight was a little bit from behind. Was it a real bad boarding penalty? No. But that one got called. Cross-checks, a couple of cross-checks. And then there's so much gamesmanship in the playoffs, too. Guys diving all over the place. And Philip Forsberg is good at it. Elias Pettersson tries to do it. He drew a penalty tonight on a Ryan McDonough cross-check that was kind of iffy. But there was iffy calls both ways. And you just have to make the power play count. I think and you guys were talking about Ryan O'Reilly. Look at the face-offs. I mean, and that's one of the things. When your special teams are on the ice, you're killing penalties and you win the face-offs, or you're on the power play and you win the face-offs, and you look at their power play goal. Not the power play goal, the Carrier goal. Mm-hmm. Carrier. Alexandre Carrier, Don. Alexandre Carrier.
Hey, you played for the Nordiques. You tell me.
Look at that goal. Win the faceoffs. Yep. And what did the Predators won? 35 of 57 in this game. They dominated, especially Ryan O'Reilly. What was he?
64. Yeah, like 64%. He won the draws.
He was really good, and there was no Canuck above 500. I don't think in the faceoff circuit.
Nope.
I think that's a big story, especially in a tight game like this, where shots are at a premium, chances are at a premium, and you have to have control of the puck, especially on special teams. And the Predators won the faceoff dot.
And it was the Dakota Joshua penalty that led to a Nashville power play that included the Roman Josi goal. John, last time we had you on the show, you felt, and you weren't alone in this, that the Canucks should or would start Casey DeSmith. He was the backup today, so we assume he was healthy. They went with Artur Shilovs. What did you think of that decision?
Well, he was so cool and calm in Nashville that I'm sure they thought, well, okay, he's earned one more. And you come back with him again now. What do you think? I don't know whether they will or not. They probably will, because he was good in this game. He had no chance on the goals. And good poke check. He was good handling the puck. There was a few times where he just fell on it on shots from outside the red line, and you have the defense's own face-off where you can't change. There was a couple of times where he did that, and I think that's just inexperience and a little bit of nerves, where you watch Josi handle the puck, and anything that comes around him, he plays it. And the goal that he let in, come on. That's the first time he looked like a John Garrett, Darren Pang, Andy Moog short goalie was on the Zadorov goal. Boy, did he look small on that one. He backed into the net, and the shot goes right over him. I thought it went far side. It goes right over him. And he looked small on that one. And surprised, probably. He probably didn't think he was going to shoot from there. But Zadorov, end to end, looked like Dale Talon in his prime, Donnie. Number 9 instead of 91, going wide. But Saros was absolutely great. He let in that lousy, crummy goal, but absolutely fantastic on the other ones. Brock Besser, he got a little piece on that, where I couldn't believe the Predators let Brock, and it was Ryan McDonough who was closest guy to him. You notice Luke Shen wasn't dressed in this one after that mistake in overtime the other night. But Ryan McDonough let Brock tee it up, pull it backhand, forehand, get the shot away, and Saros made the save. And he made a couple of those at the end. I thought Elias, and you were talking about it, Donnie, was better in this one. But still, I think there's more there.
Yeah.
And at least he looked a little more confident in this one.
John, JT Miller just called the power play awful in an interview at Rogers Arena, like literally moments ago. 2 for 13 in the series. What's going on there?
Well, they got both of them in the one game where the only goals they got were on the power play.
Yeah.
I think that there are too many passes. They should simplify it. And there was a couple of times where they had the puck almost in the crease and we're passing side to side. And I know Saros is playing well, but you have to direct it at the net. And Rick, you were talking about the 20 shots again instead of their average 28 to 30. Shoot the puck. Yep. And they want to make so many plays and go side to side, get the goalie going side to side. And you're taught that, well, he's playing so well, we got to get him moving laterally. But you're having trouble scoring. Direct it at the net. And who knows? You get a bounce, and you look at Colorado's power play. Look at the team, Edmonton's power play. Okay, Edmonton's a little different, but Colorado against the Jets, and they get the puck and they shoot it and they direct it at net and they get traffic. And that's something that the Canucks, I think, just want to be too fancy.
Okay, what's the mindset here, John? Going back to Nashville, but if you look at it, they haven't lost to Nashville in this series. They want games in 3 and 4 there. But you got to be careful because if Nashville wins the next one, they're going to have a ton of momentum going into Game 7.
Well, that's true. And the worst travel in the league for the playoffs is this series.
Yep.
And, okay, you get an extra day before the next game, but then you go Friday night, Sunday. Is it Sunday afternoon or Sunday night? But it's tough. That makes it tough, the Friday, Sunday. So if you can end it Friday, make sure you end it Friday.
Agreed. You know what, John, I just want to find this one text here in the Delaney's OK Tire and Langley inbox. There's no shortage of people mentioning that now that Artur Shilovs has lost, you remain the only undefeated playoff goaltender in Vancouver Canucks history.
Thank you. Yes.
Wow.
Want to know? I remember it very well. Roger Nielsen was the coach, and I think it was a 3 out of 5 series we were playing against Calgary. Lost the first 2 games in Calgary. Richard played and came back, and so he threw me in, and we were winning 5-2, I think. And Kevin LaValle let one go from the boards. Just an awful goal. Not as bad as the Dorov's goal, but it was not a very good goal. They made it 5-3, and I think that was the one that turned Rogers' mind. And, well, we better come back with Richard in the next game.
Hey, that was Nick from Vic. He was one of the people who texted in with that information. John, one more thing, and so many of us who are older remember '94, and this is a bit of a stretch, but there were 2 days between games, Games 6 and 7, Canucks versus Rangers in the Stanley Cup Final, and most people felt that favored the older Rangers. 2 days between games here, who does that favor?
I would think it would favor Nashville just because they rely so much on Ryan O'Reilly, and he is an older player who definitely has slowed down compared to what he was in his prime, and he is such a main part. Roman Josi has way more miles on him than Quinn Hughes. I think JT Miller will be rejuvenated by an extra day. I think it'll favor Nashville just because they rely on the one guy up front, and that's Ryan O'Reilly, and the one guy on defense, and that's Roman Josi. And they're both older. We'll talk to you on Friday. John, thanks so much for this again. We appreciate it. Well, thank you. I'm glad you mentioned it was Friday. I would have been ready on Thursday, and then, oh, no, I'd be watching Blue Jays or something, or, John, we could call you in 50 minutes, and we know you'd be ready.
Anytime. 24/7.
Thanks, John.
Thank you.